In today's equity index futures markets, let's look at the S&P 500 futures as they're trading lower today. S&P 500 futures are coming off of 5 consecutive higher closes before giving back some ground here to start the week. Currently down about 0.5% at the 68.25 level. That is in the middle of the range today. We did see some heavy weakness to start the session, and then the S&P was able to get back to nearly unchanged intraday before giving back ground here as we move towards the close. And that really unfolded across most of the major equity index futures markets today as we are seeing them lower across the board. Driving factors, I think when you look at the focus this week, it's going to be data primarily, and it's going to be a truncated data release. We'll get some private payroll information, not the payroll information that the market traditionally gets this time of the month, but at the same time, the market will be focused on that. We did see rates move slightly higher today, and I think that that was another factor contributing to some of the selling pressure. Now, the Fed is in its quiet period as they move towards their announcement a week from Wednesday. Expectations are they're going to cut by 1/4 basis point. That's what's being priced in right now. But now the focus is on what the future holds, I guess, as far as policy, as well as economic activity. And so I think that that's some of the factors contributing to at least a little hesitation here to start the week. Now, looking at the general trends, we are seeing the S&P exhibit some volatility here over the last month. We did see the S&P futures and the index trade down to a 2.5-month low prior to last week's move higher and pushing us back up towards the top end of the range, which also corresponds with the top end of the all-time highs, where we did see that attained in the end of October. So really over the last month now, we are holding just below those all-time highs, but coming well off of the lows that we did see a week and a half ago, and then giving back a little ground today. And that's the theme across the board today. Now, the Russell experienced the heaviest selling pressure today, down over 1%, but we did see most of the major equity index futures markets down between 0.5% to 1.25% today and to start the week. But the focus will be on the data as we move through this week, and certainly after 5 consecutive days of higher price action, the S&P taking a little bit of a break here, but able to get back towards the top end of the range.